Good damn morning, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. Make sure you get in that description box. Make sure you get to that link tree and follow me on Recoil TV, Rumble, and Spotify. Now, you want to see some funny shit? I'm going to put a link in the description box to a video that will make you chuckle. It might make you sad at the end, but you will laugh at first, right after you feel awkward as hell. Because, was it yesterday or the day before, Barack Obama returned. He returned to his throne. He went to the White House to try and push that Obamacare bullshit one more time, to see if his boy, who is now sitting in the president's seat, it feels gross to say that, trying to see if his boy can actually pass it, can get it done. But that's not the awkward part that I'm talking about. It's how old Bidenis Pervertis, our grandpa in chief, Mr. Hey, this isn't the mall. What about me? He was there too. Unfortunately, he was at the White House too. But when Barry came by, it was like the star football player / prom king came back one more time. Everybody was flocking around him. He had a group around him. Kamala, the Ugandan nightmare, the politician who went horizontal so her career could go vertical, was right there next to him. He had his throng of fans around him. Remember when Barack was in office, the media was like, oh, Barry, Barry, Barack Obama. Every time they got done talking about him, we all had to smoke a cigarette. Because we've just watched them have sex in their mind with Barack Obama. They couldn't get enough. He's so cool, and he speaks he's so eloquent. Look at him. So he was back, and they were like a bunch of teenage girls in front of their heartthrob. But the funny thing was, nobody gave a shit about Joe Biden. Now hold up. No matter what you may think about the president, it's the president of the United States. That has a certain allure about it. That usually, oh shit, it's the president. Oh, it's the president. It's the president. Oh, look, it's the president. Can I shit, Mr. President? Right? When he comes into the room. Obviously, it's like that with Barack Obama. Even when Trump was there, you think Trump is going to be in a room and everybody's not paying attention to him? And I'm not saying he has to be doing anything to get the attention. It's just his presence. But Biden has none. In this video, you're going to see, I don't know if he's ending a speech or something, but there's a group of people walking off the stage, and he looks at me, he puts his hands up, just like the emoji. He puts his hands up like, where's everybody going? What are you doing? Can I go? And he walks off by himself. The people in the audience aren't even looking at him. There are uniformed members of the armed services in the front row, and they're not even looking at him. Wouldn't you think that's a good moment to snatch a handshake or a picture? He's by himself. The president is by himself. I thought that only happened in the bathroom. I thought that was the only place that the president could be by himself. I figure if he steps anywhere in any room, there's somebody there. Somebody needing his time, wanting his time. Secret Service there. Secret Service wasn't even around his ass. He just went off by himself. And then the second image is of Barack Obama talking to a group of people. Kamala Harris, Biden's second in command, his general, is right there in the group. He's on the outside of the circle. He puts his hand on Barack's shoulder like, hey, don't forget about me, Barry. They don't even look at him. He's like the stinky, weird kid. They didn't even look at him. He's like, please, can somebody... They didn't even look at his ass. He might as well have been one of the staff with the little white coat and the black bow tie. They did everything but hand him an empty. Hey, yeah, give me another champagne, man. Hey, I'm not a servant. I'm the president. They didn't even look at him. They treated his ass like staff. Yeah, thanks, man. Give me vodka on the rocks. Yeah, see you. They didn't even look at him. You're the president. Just the title alone. Nope. Didn't give a shit. It was so funny. It was so funny to see that shit, man. How are they going to deny that? How are they going to spin that? How were him and Barack Obama not laughing and clanking their glasses together, reliving old times, talking about old policies? Why wasn't it like that? Why wasn't it like seeing two friends getting back together? You know how it is, a best friend or a really good friend of yours, it can be years that you don't see him. And it's just like you never left. You pick right up where you left off. Or wouldn't you be somebody you worked so closely with for 8 years? Wouldn't you spend time with them and talk to them? Don't you think they would bend your ear for some advice, being that they're in the position that you were in? I mean, he's the president. To a certain extent, shouldn't everybody be on his nuts? He's the most powerful man in the world. And they could care less. It was almost sad. If he wasn't such a garbage piece of shit president, it would have been sad. I would have felt sorry for him. I guarantee you, almost every woman who sees that footage for the first time, they're going to say one thing. Aww. And that's something a man never wants to hear from a woman. You never want a woman to look at you and go, aww. Especially if they're looking down. If they're looking down at your crotchal region and they say, aww, that's no good. Somebody's going to have to go home that night and put that palm to work because it ain't happening. But they ignored his ass. They ignored him like the stinky weird kid that wants to play with them. They ignored him like the annoying little brother. He was just a nuisance. Get away from here. What the fuck? Get away from me. I can't wait for you to see the video. It is the funniest shit ever. Most popular president, my ass. 81 million votes, my ass. The great uniter, my ass. He is none of those things. And it's evidence. Fuck what they say. Look at what they do. Look at how they treat him. And if other Americans are treating him that way, I mean, and you've seen it. You've seen him go to these summits. He's walking along by himself, lost. Like he doesn't remember where he parked his car. He looks like he's standing in the middle of a parking lot trying to remember where he parked. So if we feel like that about him, and the other leaders that are supposed to be his people feel like that about him, how do you think the rest of the world feels about him? All their sketch comedy shows, they just replaced it with his press conferences and his speeches. They're just as funny. We can't even call them speeches. We'll call them presidential bloopers. You ever like to watch the blooper reel at the end of a show or a movie? That's his presidency. It's a 4-year blooper reel. They didn't even make eye contact with that old bastard. You'll see. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link. Get your ass over to JerichoGreen.net. I am Jericho Green. Man,